Two Girls, One Plant.
We're your hosts, Madison
and Jillian, and this week we're talking about pets and plants.
Coming out of the garage of Jilted Media Studios.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop, 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 whoop. How's it going?
Good. It's been a quiet week. I'm just working now.
Yeah, the lore of after the holidays is what day is it?
It's fading.
It is, yeah.
So.
Yeah, you're like, what year is it? Oh, yeah, it's 2020.
Yeah, I have no idea. I go in, I get a tray of weed, I trim it, and I walk out. My days are just blending.
That's awesome. So anything new plant-wise? What's going on? Anything you're focusing on? Anything exciting happening?
Not really exciting. So my partner brought to my attention that our number of fungus gnats seems to have grown over the last couple of weeks. I know. So I'm brewing a mosquito bits tea right now. And it's so gross.
Those are smelly.
Yeah, it's not great, but everybody's going to get treated.
A-bomb.
I bought those little sticky friends to put all over the place. So we're going to nip it in the bud.
Quite literally.
Good.
Yeah. Oh God.
I
Good
know.
luck with it. That
How about you? How's the week been?
So it's not necessarily planty, however, it is related to plants. So I was on a journey last year with this little shoe brand called Crocs, and I realized how much I love Crocs.
Okay.
And I use them especially during summer and when it's nice out to be in the garden, and I wear them over the all over my house when I'm watering everything.
Okay.
They're just my comfy house shoes when I'm doing work and stuff. So I love wearing my Crocs. It just associates gardening with me. And it's been hella cold, so I don't wear my Crocs.
Right.
So I'm wearing them right now. I got fuzzy Crocs. And they came in today.
Oh my God, you are.
You haven't noticed them till now.
No,
You're welcome.
I had not noticed
Hold on, let me
them.
take them off and show you. Full on fuzziness. Oh, yeah, girl.
They are fuzzy
They're
inside,
hella
though.
warm. Yep,
well, that's kind of nice.
They came in the mail today, and I was like, I have to wear these right now. They're so warm and comfy. Oh, my God. So I'm excited to wear these go because I go out of my porch all the time because all my gardening stuff is out there.
Perfect winter.
It's my winter Croc for gardening.
Nice.
So that's what I'm excited about. You can all judge me. I don't care.
That's fantastic. I'm glad you found the perfect gardening shoes for the winter.
Thank you so much. I'm excited about it. Sorry. Jillian loves me.
Sorry, it's going to take me a moment to collect myself. I'm sorry.
You weren't expecting that, were
not
you?
expecting the fluffy Crocs. That's great. She has she brought a blanket to the studio, too. I mean, she's, decked out in comfort right now.
Yep, I'm like a burrito right now.
I'm crying.
Yep, I have a blanket and my comfy Crocs, so
all right,
come at me. Speaking of comfy, let's segue.
So,
I'm most comfy when I'm with my pets. How about you, Jillian?
I do love my furry puppies.
Yes, you have 2 puppies.
We have 2 puppies, and they do cuddle all the time.
Let's talk about them.
Well, let's talk about our puppies and plants, because we both like to keep a lot of plants, and a lot of those aren't necessarily safe for our animals.
Right.
So we kind of want to talk about different plants.
She can't get over the Crocs.
So we want to talk about, different plants that are safe for your pets.
Yeah.
And also probably look into, how to deter your pets from getting into your plants or what to do when they are interested.
Right.
And how to handle that.
Yeah. And disclaimer, this is not this is through our own research. This is not us being this is law. We are not liable for what happens to you and your pets. You need to do your own research on this. So we're going to provide you what we have found, but we're going to link resources that are very useful credential resources. And we highly recommend you going on there. We see all the time in Facebook groups and Instagram posts. Most common question I see is, what plants are safe for my cats and dogs?
Yep.
So that's why we kind of want to talk about it, and we have experience with this owning pets.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll definitely give you some recommendations on plants to keep around the house. We'll just encourage you to always do your own research and double check when you buy a plant and think about bringing it into your home.
Absolutely. So, but I want to talk about our dogs though first.
Okay.
Let's talk about our puppies. I love talking about our puppies, and like our experience I think is important to talk about too with this.
Yeah.
So you have 2. What kind are they? What's their names? Introduce us.
I have 2, and they are all over my planty Instagram if you do go follow it. But
just pups and plants.
Yeah, just pups and plants. But my puppy is Lucy, and I've had her for 5 years now. I absolutely love her. So she's cute. She's getting a little older, really skittish, but really just a sweetheart. And because she's older, she doesn't really care about plants or anything like that. Yeah. She very much does her own thing. She knows which toys are hers. She knows where her food is. So she's like really, really easygoing in that regard. The other puppy, however, is my boyfriend's dog. Just kidding. I absolutely love him. But he is kind of my partner's dog, and we just got him last year. My partner very much wanted a puppy, so we got him when he was about 6 months old. He just passed a year. Aww. And as any of you with puppies out there know, they are interested in everything. They're very curious little creatures. So he has definitely looked into the plants. I keep all the plants in a room now, so I try to keep them away from it. Yeah. But there have definitely been occasions where he's gotten too close to them. Like I know he ate an alocasia once while we were sleeping, which is not a plant that's safe for dogs. No, so luckily it was a really small amount and it was a juvenile plant. But definitely learned my lesson with that one.
That's scary.
Yeah, it was not great. My partner was not pleased because you really have to monitor them after that, or depending on how much they ate, take them to the vet. And so luckily it wasn't that bad, and it was just a really good lesson learned.
Yeah, that's scary.
Yeah, how does Luna do with them? Because she's a little puppy too.
So I have 3 dogs. Luna, she's our newest. She's 7 months old now. We got her when she was 8 weeks. She's a Shih Tzu toy poodle, so she's only 4 pounds.
Yeah, she's tiny.
Tiny. She looks like a guinea pig. She's bad. It's bad how much she gets into the plants, because I don't have enough room to keep stuff off the floor. It has to be like on a lower shelf to floor. Right. So I don't have enough room to keep everything high from her.
So she has access to some of it.
Yep. Yeah. So I've definitely have come out. She loves when I prune stuff, I kind of make a pile as I go through my apartment pruning things. So she loves to
jump in the leaves.
Jump in the leaves, and she'll quickly grab something and run away, and I'll be like, Luna, what are you doing? And she's like, oh fuck, sorry, Bob. So she has gotten into my Cebu Blue Pothos.
Oh no.
She has gotten into my couple of my Hoyas, my ZZ plant, my Rhaphidophora tetrasperma. She has gotten into my Monstera Andersonii. And it's just training with her. She's a puppy. Right. She's exploring.
They're super curious.
Luckily, she has not had a reaction. Like when I've caught her, I have closely monitored her. Obviously, I did all the right things. I made sure she had water. I made sure there was nothing in her mouth. And what she did, she didn't really ingest. It was more so she was just kind of chewing on it, and it's like a toy, and she runs away. She's like, I got it, and I'm gonna give you an anxiety attack. Ha ha.
Yep, keep away.
So, yep, total keep away with her. And then I have 2 other ones. Winnie, she's 3 years old, and she's a Jackie and we think Chihuahua. And then Maribel is a Jackie and a wiener dog.
Oh, they're both so small.
I know, they're tiny. And she's 13. They have no interest in the plants. Oh, good. Maribel actually, during the summertime when I had them more sprawled out in the apartment, she likes to lay under them and hide in the plants. Aww. It's really, I have a few pictures of her just in them in the jungle, and Winnie likes to do it too. She puts her head underneath the plants and rubs her face against some of the plants.
Well, I have heard that dogs will I think it's called tracing, but they'll basically like walk underneath plants and let the leaves rub down their back, and it'll almost send them into like a trance-like state. It's like, oh my gosh, in Spanish they're called like cosquillitas. It's like, you know, like when somebody like rubs their fingernails down your arm, you know, and you kind of get the chills. Like, it's supposed to be like that kind of feeling. Yeah, and they get like really zoned out, and they'll like kind of walk back and forth underneath the plant.
That makes so much sense. Yeah. Like, are you guys okay?
Yeah, they look really funny. Like, I've definitely seen people post online, like, is my dog okay? Like, I bought a Monstera, and he like won't leave it alone. He keeps walking around it, and like that's usually what they're doing.
My dogs love the Monstera. The Monstera and the Dracaena, they love them.
That's so cute.
That's so funny. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
That's so fun.
Isn't that sweet?
And we've had play dates with our puppies.
Yeah.
Luna and Bert.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just Luna and Bert.
They're both kind of the right size. I mean, not really, because Luna's still super duper tiny, but.
I know. And we went to Nick's.
Yep.
My favorite place. We went to Nick's. They were having their chili festival at that time, and it was crazy.
It was packed.
Madhouse, and Bert did really well.
Yeah, he's actually like pretty friendly.
Yeah, he wasn't like super skittish of people. He kind of was just like, what the heck is going on? Where are we?
Yeah, we've been trying to take him to nurseries more and more because he's like pretty chill about it. He gets a little excited, but I think it's just because he knows like people at nurseries. Like, I think he recognizes aprons now. He's like, they usually have food. Like, he runs right up to them. So
that's cute.
Yeah, he knows he gets a lot of treats at nurseries.
That's cute. Yeah, and Luna was chill. Like, we take her about once a week.
Yeah, you do like training and everything at Nick's, which is great.
Yeah, because we do all of we do puppy level classes at Petco.
Yeah,
and the dog trainer was like, yeah, you need to have your dog meet like 100 dogs, and so they have dogs all the time. They did a picture with Santa paws. In December.
That's so cute.
And it was the most stressful thing of my life.
Oh, no, really?
Because we were in line.
You took all 3 of them, didn't you?
We took all 3 of the dogs for the first time all together out. And they were totally fine in the line. They were really well behaved. They were sitting. They had treats. Like, they were not stressing out. Like, there were some other dogs that were like going off like the deep end, like crazy. My dogs, I was like, I'm so glad like you guys are not embarrassing me right now. You are not that dog. But we got up to Santa, and I was like, okay, here we go. And I like handed Winnie, who's like the most skittish dog ever, to Santa, and she was like, oh hell no. And she was like, she like froze up and was like, he's gonna kidnap me. He's gonna kidnap me. What the hell are you? So I was like, okay. So we, my partner, we had to like hold all 3 dogs, and Santa's just like chilling. And I'll send the picture. It's pretty funny.
Oh, you tried.
We tried.
That's so sweet.
So
my sister took her dog, and it came out great. She
cute.
has a YouTube channel. It's her name's Marissa Potts, but she took her puppy to go meet Santa. I say puppy. She's like a huge golden lab, and she's just the most happy-go-lucky dog. Yeah. So even Santa was just like, "Oh my gosh!" She's just like so happy to see him. It was so sweet.
That's awesome. I think that's like the best, like nurseries and garden centers, like even box stores, like they're like, yeah, bring your dog.
Yeah, they really embrace it. It's cool.
I love that. And it's so like good for your dog too, to like socialize with people. Like it just helps them like with their development. Like that's why I'm taking Luna so much now. Like, so she's just really well socialized. She's not skittish of people. She doesn't bark at people. You know what I mean? I don't want that for her when she's an adult. But she does awesome. And what is the dog's name at Plant Garage?
I want it. It's either Hank or Henry. Henry?
I think it's Henry.
I always think Hank the Tank, but I don't think that's his name. I think it's Henry.
I think it's Henry too, and he wears like a bow tie.
He wears a bow tie, and he's very sweet.
He's a pitty. I think he's a pit.
I think so.
Yeah, he's like a pit, maybe a little boxer in him. But he's a big lug. Like,
he's a sweetheart.
Sleeps all day in the plant shop, and people just come in and give him treats all day and belly rubs. And he's just like, and the guy keeps the door open. Like, the gate is open, the door is
Yeah.
open, and he just chills
He just
on the
hangs
property.
out in the courtyard.
He doesn't run away. He's just so sweet. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's a great boy.
He's a good boy.
Yep. And then I know City Floral has a bunch of cats all over the place.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, to help with like pests and
I'm sure it does help.
yeah, that's really cool, especially during the summertime.
Right?
Yeah, that's interesting.
So these are all really good pets
Yes.
because they don't mess with your plants, right?
Yes.
So what
lovely.
happens when your pets do mess with your plants?
Oh gosh. So really great resource, and we're going to mention this a lot, is
Yeah.
the ASPCA website. So aspca.org, or just Google ASPCA toxic plants.
Yep.
They talk about on there what could potentially happen, or potential toxic plants to your animals if it is ingested.
Yep. And then they have complete lists
Yep.
of all the toxic plants that they have on their
Yes.
record, and then all the non-toxic plants.
Yep.
So it's a really good place to either check to see if the plant you want is toxic to your animal, or look at all of your options for things that are totally safe and non-toxic if you know that your pet's going to mess with it, or you're not really sure
Right.
what your pet's going to do yet.
Yeah, and what's nice about it too, they do house plants and outdoor
Yep.
things that you find wildly grown. So it's also great for people who have horses as well, or cats and dogs who are
Yeah.
outdoor cats and dogs. I think that's important
That's a
too,
good point.
depending on where you live. So it's a little bit of everything. I think it's just good to research and you know what's at least native to your region or what grows in your region
Right.
outside. So that's another really important thing to look into. But it can be scary if your animal ingests anything that can be toxic or is toxic. It causes like nausea and vomiting, diarrhea. They can become paralyzed, comas.
Yeah,
They could
it's-
die. And I really like, my heart goes out to people if they've ever been through anything like that, because that's just terrifying. To see your animals suffer like that, and you're just like, you feel helpless almost.
I'm sure. And a good rule of thumb is if it's poisonous to you, it's poisonous to your pet too. So things like, euphorbias with their sap that can really irritate.
Dieffenbachia, the
Dieffenbachias.
canes.
That'll
those
make
have
your
that
mouth go
sap.
numb.
Yeah, yeah,
So those are also toxic to your pets.
those
So
are. Yep.
you don't even really have to look that one up. You just know.
Yeah, and if anything does happen, like, go take them to like your local vet, or if you have like a 24-hour emergency animal hospital, or there's a really great phone number on the website. It's a 24-hour emergency poison hotline you can call. It's 1-888-426-4435. And they can just tell you what to do with that plant and with your animal and how much. And it's the same. It works the same for like if your dog accidentally eats, like, well, it's not an accident, but if they eat chocolate,
Right.
they will. They can tell you what to do, like with the weight of their dog, the amount, and if you need to take them in or not.
That's awesome. That's on the ASPCA website.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So you can call that number if you need to, but when in doubt, just take them in.
Yeah, always take them in and try to buy plants that are non-toxic if you're not sure yet. So, for example, the Marantaceae family is one of my absolute favorites, and they're all non-toxic, which is a really awesome variety of plants. So that includes everything in the Maranta family, Tenanthes, and all the Calatheas.
Is Stromanthe part of that family? Remind me. It is?
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
Stramantrio stars are part of it, and Magic Star, I think, is the other one.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, those are all non-toxic.
See, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Those are beautiful plants to have in your home. They're super colorful. They dance.
Yeah,
when
they
go to sleep.
dance with the sunlight, which is lovely. They're so pretty. Ferns are another one. These are all humidity-loving plants, but
Yes.
ferns also are non-toxic and have a really wide variety of leaf shapes and foliage that you can pick from.
Yep. Some like waxy or succulent type plants. Those ones typically can be safe for your pets as well.
Yeah, so like even things like burrows tails and sedums, things like the echeverias.
Yeah, echeverias, yep. Haworthias, some Hoyas are safe. Ponytail palms, which is interesting because my dogs love my ponytail palm.
Well, I was going to say that, like, any cat would love a ponytail palm, too.
So that's a great one right there.
Mm-hmm.
And cats, like, they're climbers.
Yep.
So I think getting something that's fun and wispy, like, that you're just like, okay, I don't have to worry about this, and maybe it's, like, a fun toy for them.
Yeah.
Like, that would be kind of cute.
And even some people grow, like, cat grass or catnip for their plants, for their cats.
Which I didn't realize catnip was, like, a plant. or, like, I didn't know that. I didn't know it was, like, an herb. When I, like, had a cat when I was younger, we always gave her catnip, but I thought that's just what you called cat treats. Do you know what I mean?
It's just like a weird powder that comes on their toy. Like, you don't even really see it, you know?
See, I thought it was like a treat. But, I mean, it is a treat, but I thought it was like what you called the treat. So I didn't realize it was like from something from the ground. I had no idea. So, like, in the last year, I'm like, oh, that's something you can grow in your garden.
Right?
Like, I had no idea.
It's so cute, and they go crazy for it. It's adorable.
Yeah. Ooh, I wonder if there's, like, any YouTube videos, like, with cats. Like,
I'm sure.
We gotta love the cat videos on YouTube.
Classics.
Oh my gosh, how fun is that? So grow catnip, okay. Another one I found, that classic Fatonia.
Oh, yeah?
Is safe for animals.
Oh, there you go. I love those.
So didn't know that. You know, our Fatonias are dead, but, you know.
I love them. I love them. I'm not going to lie. I have, like, 3 different colors of Fatonias now.
Okay.
I love it. It's so pretty.
Safe for the animals. Safe for the animals.
That's cool.
Plants that are common and not safe. I know we kind of mentioned it. You mentioned, which one was it? You mentioned, I can't remember. I know euphorbias aren't safe. Yes, euphorbias and the Dieffenbachias.
Dieffenbachias, which are really, really popular.
That's what we talked about. Marijuana.
Yeah.
Cannabis.
Not safe.
Not safe. So, like, you know, people who love the smoke, Jillian and I, having, like, flour and, like, edibles or anything like that all over your house and you have animals, you do need to be careful about that. Because I've had friends over the years tell me, like, yeah, you just, like, you know, my dog ingested it and, like, they get really high and it's super funny. And I'm like, that's a form of animal abuse, you idiot.
It's really not funny. And,
it's not.
It can be really dangerous. Bert got into it, and we don't know how he did it because we do try to keep everything tucked away. Mm-hmm. But he did actually get high once, and we didn't know what was going on. We were freaking out. So we had to take him to the vet, of course, and buy him diapers. I mean, like, it was absolutely ridiculous. And he doesn't really, like, they don't understand what's going on, you know? Yeah. So, you know, you have to make sure you're, like, really careful. We still don't know how he got it, but we've, like, triple-checked the house. We're, like, ultra careful with everything. Mm-hmm. You know, just make sure everything is, like, away from pets and kids the way you would keep anything that could be dangerous to them. Yeah, you know,
absolutely.
Make sure it's secure.
What a little punk.
I know. He gets into everything. I don't know how he does it. I really don't.
But that's like Luda. Luda gets, like, she'll have, like, a piece of tape that she, like, will be in her mouth and she's like chewing on, and I'll be like, Luda, and she'll, like, shoot up and be like, oh shit. Whoops. And I'm like, what are you chewing on? And I go up and I'm like, where did you get this tape? And it's like, oh, you're like a 2-year-old. Where do you find this random stuff?
It's ridiculous. He used to bring rocks into the house. Thank God he grew out of that. He would just come in and just start chewing on the rocks. And it's like, you have a whole basket of toys. Like,
naughty.
It's ridiculous. I started putting them in some of my pots. We would decorate the plants with some of the rocks. It was ridiculous.
That's funny. Yeah. That's cute. Other types of, like, common ones, which I didn't know this, alocasias.
Yeah.
You mentioned Bert ate naughty.
Yeah, I know. It was a baby black magic.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so I was excited about it. That's okay.
You're like, it's fine. You can eat it.
It's fine. So I kept it on the floor, which I shouldn't have done.
Right.
And it was in our bedroom.
Okay.
And they sleep with us. So we usually
Yeah.
close the bedroom door, but he got bored in the middle of the night. He still wasn't sleeping through the night at that time because he was, I mean, truly a baby.
Yeah, right.
And so he tore it apart.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm sure it seemed like fun, you know. Pets really love going for things on like really long stems with like really long
Right.
like leaves that you can like whack
Make a
and
noise
flick, you know.
that like ruffles together.
Mhm.
Yeah, ooh.
Yep, it's exciting.
Yep. Pothos are like that, I feel like, because they're like long.
Yep,
That's
viney.
like, that's Luna's favorite.
Really.
Any type of pothos, she's just like in it. I had to move my marble queen. I had to move my
Aw.
like she got into it. I was like, girl, what are you doing? Like, that is dangerous. You're gonna die.
God.
Stop it. You don't know what you doing with your life.
Nope.
You risking it over here, girl.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. But there's so many plants like that are toxic. So really do your research, and keep an eye out for plant, like accessories. So things like fertilizer and pest control things. Yeah. 'Cause those fungus bits,
Right.
highly toxic
Yep.
to animals. It like the instructions on it is like super severe for even like humans. Like, they're like, wear gloves, and I'm like, I'm not wearing gloves. I'll just wash them. But it's like, wash your hands, don't touch your face, don't put your fingers in your mouth after you handle this product.
Right.
Wash with like soap and water.
It's poison.
Yeah, it's poison. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So like, I get so, because I use that stuff. So Luna just really gets into the pot. She's so small she can climb up on the shelf, and like she knocked over a Sansevieria one day, and there was like soil all over the floor, and I was like, what the hell? And I was just like, if she can get up on this shelf and like she gets into the dirt sometimes, I'm like so scared she's gonna like eat one of the little
one of the bits that you leave on the top.
Yeah, that kind of makes me nervous. But after I do like I put some on my plants, like a fresh coating, I keep an eye on her a little bit more closer for about a week. And if she's not interested by then like we're usually in the clear.
Right.
Sometimes.
It's really when there's like something new in their environment.
Yeah.
We'll see. Hopefully they grow out of it. But it'll be interesting to see as Bert and Luna grow up if they kind of lose focus on the plants, you know.
Naughty dogs. They're so naughty. We love them. I love them. She's like, I was gone for a week and she has like not left my side.
Oh,
like, she was so happy. It was so precious. And like, we spoon together. We've been like, she's like my little spoon.
Oh, little I mean, she's so tiny.
I know, I just love her. Oh my gosh, I missed her. So I'm sorry, I'm such a pet parrot.
It's okay. You guys are just gonna have to go check out our Instagrams because we both post plenty of pictures of them. So definitely go find us. Obviously, I'll link us down below as always.
Yes, absolutely. Please. We have really cute pet and plant content, but mostly plants, but also
a lot of pets in there. There's a lot of puppies in there.
We're millennials, god damn it.
And I want to see your puppies too, so I'll probably go find everybody else liking our pictures, see.
Yeah, because we have a Facebook group.
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely come into the Colorado Plant Pals and tell us all about your plants and pets. We would love to hear about it. You can also tag our Instagram page, 2 Girls, 1 Plant Podcast. I would love to see your puppies.
We love that. Cool. Awesome.
Thank you all for listening. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. We'll talk to you guys next week.
See you then. Bye.
Bye.